Hi, everyone. This is Bill Cantor with Cantor Wealth Management. I am a financial planner and estate planning attorney, and today I'm doing this video about fixed index annuity income riders, what income riders are, how they work, and what their benefits and drawbacks are. So first, the income rider definition. The income rider is sometimes called a guaranteed withdrawal benefit rider or a lifetime income benefit rider by the carriers, also some call it an income or pension annuity. It's an income rider. That's a rider added to or attached to a fixed indexed annuity contract, which I will describe in the next slide what that is. The rider guarantees a set return, in our example of 7% compounded per year, and that return is credited to an income-only account. Now, I put that income-only account in purple here because I want to differentiate it from the real or contract value. It's an income-only value. That income account can guarantee you or provide you income for your life no matter how long you live. So it's a rider added to a annuity contract. So first, let's see how the basic fixed index annuity contract works. So this is a graph of $100,000 put into an annuity. This is a real annuity taken out September 30th, 1998, issued by the American Equity Insurance Company, a large annuity company. The red line here is the market, is the S&P 500. See all this volatility up and down and up and down. And the green line is the annuity. The green line up here, that's the annuity. Okay, that's how the annuity performed. The blue line is the guarantee that no matter what, that's the worst you can do. So you see, as the market goes up here and here, in these first 2 years, you get credited with gains in your annuity up to the market, up to a cap. So you don't get all the gains in the market, but you get some of the gains. And then when the market goes down here, and it crashed in 2000, 2001, 2002, your annuity didn't lose any value because you were locked in at this $125,000 value. That's what's called the annual reset. See up here, annual reset provision. That means that once an annual gain is credited to your account, you cannot lose that value. So you can't ever lose from this number. It's also called retain your gains. You keep this number. And then when the market starts going up again in 2002 to 2007, your annuity went up because you got some of the gains, not all of it. And then the market crashed over here. You didn't participate in any of that crash because you retained your gains. You kept even at here 156. So you see that's a much less volatile way of keeping your money and growing it steadily. So that's the basic annuity contract, which is why I say that the annuity provides sleep insurance, or zero is your hero, because you like getting a zero in these years when everybody else is losing money. And then the stock market makes you lose sleep because you have to suffer through these very catastrophic losses. And it's important to avoid the losses. This is the graph of the market for the 15 years between 1997 and 2013, where you see you had some tremendous gains, 106% gain, 101% gain, 173% gain. They're great gains, but you had 50% losses twice, here in 2001, 2002, 2003, and here in 2007, 8, and 9. So that's a very catastrophic when you build up $500, $100, $750, $1 million in a nest egg in your retirement account, and then you have a 50% crash, and you lose half your value, and you got to take your money out because you're retired, and what are you going to do? So it's very very dangerous to be that way. And if you say, well, that's only the last 15 years, here's a chart of the last almost 50 years since the 60s. You see how markets every 6 to 8 years they crash. They go to 36%, 48%. We've had 250% crashes recently. So it's important to avoid these losses, especially when you were retired or retiring and you need to draw on your money. And this is another way to look at the same or similar information. Here's $100,000 in the market, these first three columns, versus $100,000, these last two columns, in the S&P in the annuity strategy with a 5% cap. So the most you're going to make is 5% and a 0% floor. So you see that, for example, 1999, your money's in the market. The market went up from January 1st to December 31st. The market went up 19.5%, so you have 119 in your market fund. With the annuity, you got a cap of 5. That's the most you're going to make, so that's 105,000. But then in these years, 2000, 2001, 2002, the market went down 10, 13, and 23%. So your 119 is down to 71, but your 105 stays the same because you retain those gains. You can't ever get less than the 105. Then the market starts going up again, and your account value gets up to 118, but then crashes down to 75,000. Whereas your annuity you'd gotten up to 129, you keep the 129. So after 10 years, your market fund has 75, your annuity has 129. And then market goes up again, and the annuity goes up, but it starts at a higher rate, so it goes up higher. So after 15 years, you'd have 155 versus 157 in the annuity, but again, without all this ups and downs, since you don't really know when you're going to need your money out. So it's a much safer way of having your money. Plus, the annuities are, as it says down here, are tax deferred. Even if they're not in an IRA or 401k, they're tax deferred. They're probate free, so your beneficiaries get the money from the annuity company immediately if you pass away, even if you don't have a will or a trust. There's no fees in the annuity, other than if you take the rider and the rider has a fee, but there's no other annual fees, like maintenance fees or things. And you also have 10% free withdrawals out of the annuity. Now, that annuities are usually 7 or 10 or 14 or 16-year contracts, and see, it says over here, for early withdrawals from the fixed index annuity of more than the 10% free withdrawal may incur surrender charges. So there are some surrender charges out of your annuity, so they should be considered long-term investments, but 10% annually, you can take a free withdrawal. But the bottom line is, the annuity is a safe way of protecting your money and growing it steadily. So all that was the base annuity contract and how it works. And now we're going to illustrate or show with this slide the income rider. Okay, so here is a person that's based on a real case I had, client John, we'll call him John. He's 60 years old. He has $300,000 in a 401k, and he wants to roll over that. It's a tax-free rollover into his annuity, which would be an IRA annuity. No tax consequence. This annuity provides a 10% bonus to the annuity, and it has a 7% income rider. So the way that works, and there's a cost for this rider. That 7% guarantee, there's a cost. This one has a 90 basis point or $900 per $100,000 that this rider is going to cost the person. There are riders, some with no charge, and some have charges. So he puts in $300,000. That's his premium. That's what he rolls in from his 401k. He gets 10% bonus the first day. So day one, his value is $330,000. So if he passed away the next day or a month or 2 months into it, his wife or children would get $330,000. Now, these first two columns show what the market did, what the annuity did. The market went up 19.5%, assuming the same 1999 started with. So we only got 3%. That's his cap. Now, here we're using a cap of 3%, whereas before we used a cap of 5% because this is a bonus annuity, giving him that 10% bonus. The bonus annuities usually have lower caps. So here he got 3%, so at the end of the first year, they credited him, he has $339,900. That is $300 he put in, 10% or $30,000 bonus, $330 plus $330 plus 3% is $339,900. That's this. Now you'll see this is in green, this column, because this is his money. If he needs to take out his money, he goes to this account. If he passes away, his beneficiaries get this number, whatever year he's in. So anyways, $339,000, and every year he'll make either a zero when the market goes down or up to 3% when the market goes up. Okay, let's say he's 67 years old, he's 7 years into the annuity, and he passes away. So his wife or children, whoever the beneficiaries, call up and say, we want the money, what's in the account? And they say his account is $371,417. That's what got the 3%, that's what got the bonus, plus the 3%, plus the 0, plus the 3. And they send them a check for $371,000. But that's not his goal. His goal is to take income from this annuity. So he calls up and says, I'm alive and kicking, I'm fine, and I want to start my income. So when he took this contract, he took the rider. That rider gave him another column, and here we'll call it the purple column, that gives him, as the $300,000 you put in, plus 10%, $330, plus 7% every year. $330 plus 7% is $353,100, plus another 7% is $377, plus 7%, plus 7%, plus 7%. Every year he's getting 7%, no more, no less, in this account. When he's ready to retire, he doesn't have to retire, when he's ready to take his money, he calls the company and says, what's in my income-only account? And he knows, because he knows up front, it's going to be $529,907. Now, that's not money he can go and grab and take lump sum. It's not his money to take. It's his purple column. His green column is what he can take lump sum, minus some surrender charge, because he's only in year 7. There's probably still a small surrender charge. But the $529 is his income value, and he knows that this company will pay him 5.1% of that income value, which will be $27,025. They're going to pay him that, and they're going to pay him that. They're going to pay him that for the rest of his life, no matter how long he lives. And the reason that's important to John is because had he taken his money, which is his nest egg money, and wanted to protect it, and he put it into the $300,000 into a CD at 2%, so 10-year CD, let's say at 2%, if you can get that, then after 7 years he'd have $344,000. 2% plus 2% plus 2%, 300,000 would be $344,605. Now in the annuity after 7 years he had $371, so he's doing better. But the point is, if he tried to withdraw the $27,000 per year, like he's going to do from the annuity, he would be out of money within 13 years. Before 13 years, he'd be out of money. So he would slow down withdrawing the money, and he would have nothing left after 13 years, and he'd be close to 80 years old and no money left in his account, no income from it. Also, the CD interest that he makes is that 2% is taxed every year, and the annuity is tax-free. The annuity is tax-free during the deferral period. So this money, though, this $27,000 in the annuity he gets for life, as they give it to him, they withdraw it from his real contract value, right? So his contract is going to make 3% a year most years, and then they're going to withdraw the 27. So let's say he takes this money for 3 or 4 years. He's taken out, $67,000, $80,000, and now he goes and needs his money, or he passes away. His wife will still get this minus this 394 or 394, wherever he is, whichever year he's in, minus the years he took out this money, but there still will be a corpus left for him or for her or for his kids. So he has both lifetime income and he has a corpus still available. After about 14, 15 years, the contract value will have nothing in it, but they still need to keep on paying him the $27,025 every year for life if he lives to 120. So that's why the annuity provides both lifetime income and corpus for his beneficiaries or for his lump sum if he needs. There are also annuities that have increasing income. In my example here, this annuity pays him $27,025, no more, no less, for the rest of his life. There's joint payouts for him and his spouse's life, and there's also increasing income riders or annuities that may start you smaller than 27, but later on will bring up, for inflation, they will bring up, the money will be more as he retires. But either way, the income rider provides lifetime income. Also, to point out that the companies we use are legal reserve companies. That means the state mandates that they have to, when the annuity is purchased, the insurance company by law must have on-hand reserves to cover anticipated payouts. So we use A-rated companies, and they're very strong, and they have reserves. Last point I want to mention is why fixed index annuities with income riders are great for retirement income. That is because a fixed index annuity with an income rider is the only vehicle in the financial world that can provide both a guaranteed lifetime income payout to a person and still allow you to have access to your principal if the need arises. Now, there may be a surrender charge in the first few years, but no matter what the stock market does, you have guaranteed lifetime income and a corpus because of the zero floor feature. And so it's very good if you think you're going to outlive your money, which is a fear many people have. You're going to live a long time. This solves the longevity risk problem, that it will be there, the income will be there, and it cannot, no matter what your account does, the income will always be there. That was my presentation on income riders. If you have any questions, please call 847-674-6470 or email me at bill@cantorwm.com, and I look forward to speaking to you soon. Thanks.